stop, Bay Area Backstories. Bay Area Backstories, always on time. Hi, and welcome to another edition of Bay Area Backstories. I'm Jim Black, your host, and today we're going to be going on a bus ride to interview another passionate person that lives here in Northern California. Through our first season episodes, we've realized that there's so many people that have a unique way of looking at life through different lenses. Our guest today is Jeremiah Kille, a Northern California famous surfboard designer and artist. So let's go for a ride and pick him up and learn more about Jeremiah. Hey Jeremiah, thank you so much for your time today. Excited to hang out with you today for another edition of Bay Area Backstories. Learn more about your story and what you're all about.
Thanks.
So,
I'm excited. Thanks for having me.
No problem.
Yeah. I'm going to grab something real quick. We're heading over.
Sounds good. Ooh, all right. Surfboard for the road. Let's do it.
I'm going to hand you that real quick.
You got it.
Cool. Thanks, Jim.
Paint and a surfboard. I wonder what's going on. After you.
Here we go.
Hey guys, we're on the bus now with Jeremiah. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks
really
for having me, Jim.
Awesome.
Yeah, stoked to be here.
Awesome. Well, as we cruise down the street in the Bay Area here, love to learn more about how you decided to start your passion for being an artist. When did you know that this was going to be the right thing for you?
You know, I started as a kid. I always drew and doodled and was making stuff super creative. You know, I wasn't really exposed to art, like fine art, or there was no art hanging in my house as a kid. I never had been to a gallery. I remember one of the first times, well, the very first time I went to a gallery, I was in my early 20s. It was a friend of mine that I worked with, had an art opening, and it blew me away. And I think there's definitely been steps along the way through my life that has kind of led me to that direction, but it wasn't really until I was 30 that I started painting and decided to go to art school.
Wow.
So yeah, I got a late start on it. Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Well, having studied your artwork again, like I talked about earlier, have you ever done a mobile art project?
I have done one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
That was fun.
Well, this is the Bay Area Backstories bus, and I would love to commission you to do your design and your artwork and your passion on the bus, so that way we can have it as part of our story on the Bay Area Backstories if you'd like to.
Nice. I'd love it. Yeah.
Awesome.
That's
cool.
great.
Well, let's go to some of your spots here in the Bay Area and check out some of the artwork. Our first stop will be at Beer 30. It's a great beer garden here in the SoCal area. Can you share your artwork around why you picked that mural and that artwork specifically?
Yeah, they reached out to me a few months ago and asked if I would do a mural for them and pitch a few different ideas. In the studio, I'd say I have a couple different styles, and when I work outdoors in public spaces, generally it's got to be something that's a little more palatable for a large audience demographic. So one of the things I do in the studio is these pinwheel pieces, and those translate really well onto walls.
The next stop we're going to do is a stop at Midtown Surf Shop, and that is a really iconic building that you've taken and not only done a mural for, but kind of recreated that whole entire space. Can you share the background on that story?
Yeah, again, David, the owner, reached out to me a little while back and asked if I'd be interested in painting his building. And again, super fortunate that people are reaching out and I'm able to do this for a living. So when I looked at the space, I just looked at it. He wanted the top facade painted originally, and I started getting excited and said, let's do the side of the building. It'd be kind of cool, like people use it, like take photos, like a little selfie wall. And then I thought, let's paint underneath the eaves and all over the whole front. So I basically wrapped the whole building, and it's pretty bright.
It is very bright.
Yeah.
And it's in sea bright, so it's perfect.
Yeah.
So, good deal. Well, thanks again, and that's our second stop. Well, that's another edition of Bay Area Backstories. Stay tuned for our last season-ending episode, next edition. From Jeremiah and myself, thanks for watching. Until next time, we'll see you later.